Hey folks, the Desert Artist here. You're looking at my workbench. It's a disaster, right? Well, I want to show you some putting stuff together that you don't know what you're gonna end up with, because it is all actually just an art form. And one thing you want to be able to do when you're deconstructing your pieces of machinery or whatever that you're going to use, you want to make sure that you save all your little tiny screws, because at some point you're going to need all those little bitty screws, because if you're using the same kind of, if you're using the spare parts to make your art, you're going to need all your screws, all your washers, all your wires, all your connectors, and how everything goes together, whether it's fine thread or coarse thread, or whether at some point you need something to be attached where you have to actually drill through it and make your own hole and then squeeze through one of these screws to make your own threads. And it takes some time. You got to go back and forth, and sometimes it takes just that little bitty extra torque that gets that extra quarter of a turn that you got to back it off, and you got to oil it, and you got to go through it again, and you got to twist it in there again and get another quarter of a turn. Luckily though, when you're doing something like that, your metal is not going to be very thick. A lot of the ore is going to be very thin, very malleable. This is aluminum here. I got a magnesium. Up there I've got a magnesium case and went to a computer. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but anyway, so right now I just wanted to point out kind of some of the complexities that are involved with making all assemblage stuff. Is remembering where you categorize it. Now I have a lot of area here in which I am working. I have all these little drawers here. These are all basically screws and odd attachments. Things that can be used as washers, things that can be used as adornments, or and can be used like here. These are all buttons from an old adding machine that I took apart. See? What am I going to do with all those little buttons? Boy, I don't know, because, well, to me they're just supplies. And I've got another drawer full of buttons. And there's another one up there. So like this one here, sometimes I got copper rivets, and then I got screw together brass rivets. So, and then one drawer up I got snaps. Okay, so a lot of them are just, look, more screws and attachments and doohickeys. I could probably use that one right now. The color of that just kind of goes with what I'm working on right here. Remember this little dude right here? Oh, okay. Well, I've got, so far, remember, we're all working from a basic structure now. It's not going to be a work of art in a matter of a couple days or a few videos, or it's gonna take a few minutes, because I gotta find the right screws that go inside all these little holes that are right here. There's a little hole right there, and this, see, now when I turn this little gear inside here turns, and then you can see that. See that? Yeah. So this is all something to incorporate into your sculptures. Now this one I've got a little movement, and you can see there's a movement there on the back. So there's a hinge point, but I'm limited onto the hinge. So I just added this piece on right here, and this little screw right here. So, and this little thing can rotate all the way around. So I can either use it with a spring, because it's got little holes right there that I can attach a spring to, and then there's a little rod that's right here that I can attach the other side of the spring to. So we can have some sort of a movability there. Now these are all things that go into the programming of one of these, because I don't just like slap and stick these together, right? I don't do that. I screw everything together. That's the difference between me and some of the other guys. I think I'm a little bit more of an originalist. See, because I don't clean my stuff. Everything that I put together, it's going to have the grease in it, and it's going to have the marks, and it's going to have the old wires, and it's going to have all the old connectors, unless I am able to use it some other way. And that's all up to whatever happens at whatever point in time as this piece grows. So right now I still don't know what it's going to be. I still don't know whether this is going to be the head. I don't know whether this is going to be the top or the bottom, or I don't know, because well, it may not want to be that. And what I mean by that is I've got a little hole right there. See that little bitty hole? Now I've got to find a screw that can fit inside that little bitty hole. Then I've got to find a piece to attach to that kind of assimilates with what I'm working on. Now I really like this piece here. They're about the same size. And I don't know how I'm going to work this in, but I do know that there are a couple holes that actually line up on this. And maybe it's a different piece. I don't know. But there's a couple, and screwing two of these things together, now you're going to risk breaking it. Okay? So it is best to be able to have an idea of what you're doing before you start slapping things together that are breakable. Now, this is a fiber computer board. It's vintage, right? I'd put a little twist on it, it'll snap right in half. It's just fiber paper, right? Resin and fiber paper and foil, right? That's all it is foil back there. It's running all that electrical current. So one thing I also want to keep in mind is when working with these little pieces is you have little twisty knobs, right, that can work, that can twist. I like to have those little things in there. I've got a bunch of knobs, I've got a bunch of doohickeys, I've got a drill, I can drill hole and screw it. So it doesn't, I just need to find the right screw for that little hole. And then I can work something in from there. But until that point comes, because I don't know what this is going to be yet. This could end up just being an arm that swings around that has something else attached to it. We don't know yet. So another thing I liked was these little things. This came into the box of auction stuff that I bought. I'll show that to you different. It's over there. I'm putting stuff in it and sorting it. It's got 5 drawers and they're all $35, and it was full of all this electronic stuff. This is just, I think I got 4 of these. So I like the way they look when they're like this. They look like, if I had 4 of them, they look like a pair of eyes, right? And these are aluminum. They got plenty of screws, but then of course I got two of each kind. I got two with the little holes in them like this, and then I got two like this that, well, they kind of look like a funky little animal to begin with. I don't know what to put on there. I've got some smaller old electronics that I could put on there somehow. I don't know yet. I haven't even explored this idea. We're exploring it together right now. So let me show you the box of stuff while I got you here. Okay, so let's go over this way. Let's see. Well, we've got a table right there. We can get some eye candy on, I guess, and the cat back there licking herself. Alright, so this is some of the stuff that I pulled out of the drawer. This is the VCR parts, the parts off the old radio. This is off of a TV here that goes to some sort of a transformer type thing. And I like this. It looked kind of like a backpack, and perhaps this could work around into a ray gun or something like that. I don't know. And I think this was off of a sewing machine because it's a Singer. There's the reason why I'm an originalist. I like to leave all these things together because maybe at some point in time when I'm dead and gone, and well, all my stuff will be harvested by the government because I have no kids or anything. So all this old cool technology in 200 or 300 years, hey, wow, I might be famous. Who knows? I was the only one who saved all these old instruments, put them all together in pieces of art that could be in the Smithsonian. Yeah, right. I'll be like the next Bob Ross, right? So we've got all these cool little parts here and all these things to screw to, you know. I mean, this is a great platform right here. I'm getting all sidetracked with all these different things here. I'm going to show you here. This is another. This is the box. This is what I took out of the. I'm going to put it down here on the ground. Maybe we can look at it like that. Like that. Look at it together around here on this super dirty garage floor here. So that's looks like an old planer. Now, all these things are going to be used in my sculptures. How they are, I don't know. That's probably going to be useful in some other format. That looks like a little jumper cable, and those little hands might be handy. There's little grabby, clampy hands. Oh yeah. Nice old vintage cord, right? I'm an originalist. Okay, so inside all these drawers were all these electrical components, electronic components. Now I'm going to use them for little bitty sculptures because they're clean and they're brand new, and I don't know how to use them, and they're not really worth a whole lot, and I've already spent the money just to get the shelf. Here's some different flavor ones here. These are a little bit different PF 500 volts. So I don't know what all that means, but petrol ferret or something, who knows. And I got these little ones here that are great duck lips or something, I don't know. But I got a bunch of those, and I got a bunch of solder and soldering irons. You can see the whole box full of stuff, right? So there's all kinds of things in here that are going to be going to do pieces of art somehow, some way. They will be. Look at this. Whole bunch of them. Look at that. Brand new. 100 of them. 1 microfarad. Made in Korea. Now this is just a glimmer of what I have as far as parts. I just wanted to give you guys a short yeehaw on some of the complexities involved with what is involved with what we're doing. And we are doing it together because you're right here with me. So I'm running low on battery power, and I'm gonna charge the camera, and yeah, we'll see you later. I'm gonna see what else I can work on here.